I'm having a drink with former Detective Sergeant Debb Bodkin to talk about her experiences as a woman on the force. Ready for some girl talk?
Absolutely, I'll drink to that.
Right, cheers. Tell me a bit about how you deal with the traumatic experiences. How do you deal emotionally? As a woman, I feel like we're softer, generally speaking.
For sure. I mean, we care more. That's my theory, sort of. We absorb more. It's a methodical investigation, so you have so many steps you have to do that initially you're so busy you don't think about your emotions, I think.
Look past the vividness to the significance. Listen to the story the evidence is telling you. Before early stages of rigor, not too long after she was killed.
Time of death between 10 and 15 hours ago.
Dad was shot close range from behind.
Angle's wrong for a murder-suicide, and there's no gun.
But for me, I'd either cry it out or exercise it out or do something healthy.
Yeah.
Whereas I know a lot of the guys, sometimes I would go out with them, but they would get loaded, drink a lot. I definitely had times where I had to step back into the washroom and, bawl my eyes out for a little bit and then come back out and feel like I'm okay again.
Yeah.
Or keep busy.
Did you find that a lot of the men were angry or jealous of your success?
Absolutely. Some of them more than others. A few of the guys just were not going to accept me no matter how well I introduced myself to them. There was a time when they would hire women just because they had to, thinking you were just hired because you're female, you don't know what you're doing.
What did you do to earn the guys' respect?
Well, at first I was really uncomfortable. I got changed in the maintenance room, mop room. I was the oddity.
What's going on?
You know what? Jeff King can go to hell. She wants a few more notches under her belt. She can go ahead and earn them like the rest of us.
Yeah, there was definitely a point where I realized I wasn't having to prove myself anymore. I worked hard at learning the job, and I wouldn't let them put me down.
I want to wake up every morning, take a sip of coffee, and smile at how well MCTF is solving all my problems.
Done.
So what kind of training did you get in racial discrimination?
Well, basically to ensure that there isn't discrimination, or as little as possible, they would teach us a lot about different ethnicities, different cultures, especially somebody who maybe came from an area where there was no one from any other ethnic background would understand their culture.
You arrested Sunil because he has brown skin.
We arrested your nephew because he was covered in blood.
So what's the first thing that you do before you step in the box?
The most important thing is background.
What about this one?
No physical evidence, but honey did run.
It's not going to get you a murder conviction.
On TV, they just walk into this person, all they know is they've arrested him. Whereas we would spend hours finding out what's his family life, what's his likes, his dislikes, what makes him tick.
Where did you go after you left the banquet home, Mr. Pellicar?
You imagine that I did something extreme?
You want to go in and make friends, build rapport with the person, talk about, what you have in common. Because if he dislikes you, he's not going to tell you anything.
Deb, you've seen so much and you've experienced so many horrific things, but you're so lovely and you're so warm. And how did you maintain that?
It takes a lot of work, and I know how to look after myself, be it yoga or working out or whatever. I mean, I've fallen apart a few times, so I went for counseling, and now I do public speaking about it, which is my way of coping with it and trying to make the world a better place.
That's amazing. Wow. Thanks, Deb.
Ingrid, I got an idea for a great second date.
I can't handle another open bar.
We're heading back to the crime scene.
I knew you were romantic.